Aliens descend from the depths of space and choose Earth as their new home. They put millions of people to work in mines on other planets, leaving only a few behind on Earth. But those who stay aren't free. They're controlled with tracking chips implanted in them, and huge alien robots stand guard around the cities. In the chaos, Chicago in 2019 becomes a battleground. Martial law is declared after aliens attack cities worldwide. The Drummond family, a mom, a dad, and their 2 sons, tries to escape the city, but all the roads out are blocked. When a police officer tries to stop them, Dad floors the gas pedal and bursts through the blockade, racing into a tunnel to freedom. The man behind the wheel hits the brakes as they reach the blocked exit, aliens emerging ahead. His wife urges him to turn back, but before they can react, a strange energy pulses through them both. Stunned, they see an alien creature appear before them, right in front of the car. 9 years later, the world has surrendered to the invaders. They call the shots now, and humans are just trying to adapt. Vital services like power plants are back up and running, thanks to human effort under alien oversight. These creatures, called legislators, have full control, making and enforcing the rules. Since the surrender, humans have been forced to create living spaces for the aliens underground, called closed zones. Only the elite get to step foot in these places, while the rest of humanity adjusts to life under alien rule. As the dust settled from the alien invasion, it became clear they were after Earth's resources. Their presence led to a stark divide. The wealthy worked with the aliens, living comfortably, while the poor lost access to basics like education and healthcare. With lawlessness prevailing, the aliens began deporting those they considered undesirable. With communication lines blocked, people were in the dark about life outside their own cities. But amidst the chaos, a resistance emerged, planning an attack on Chicago's closed zone. Sadly, the plan failed, and the fate of the rebels remains uncertain. The police claim they were all wiped out, extinguishing what was meant to be the first spark of rebellion. 9 years after the failed uprising in Chicago, the police keep a close eye on anyone, even remotely suspicious. Detective William Mulligan sifts through video footage from Gabriel's apartment. Gabriel's brother, Rafe, passed away during the uprising and was praised as a hero afterwards. Gabriel starts his day like any other, waking up his girlfriend and showing her a photo from the other side of the lake, a place now off limits, but she's hesitant to believe in any change, urging him not to get his hopes up. Despite this, Gabriel leaves the house, meeting his friend who's fixed up a boat for their escape tonight. But Gabriel knows they're being watched around the clock, casting a shadow over their plans. While Mulligan reviews newspapers, he spots an ad for the Phoenix fire suppression system. Intrigued, he pays a visit to his old friend Jane, who now manages a brothel. Outside, he notices the Phoenix emblem on the wall and even spots the police chief. Inside, Jane warmly welcomes Mulligan and presents him with a gift box, mentioning it's from the Dons. Back at the police station, Mulligan shares what he's learned. Phoenix is real and gearing up for something big, possibly for the New World Masters. But his friend still doesn't believe anyone could have lived through the recent purge. In the subway, 2 resistance members meet up after seeing a newspaper ad, a secret message from their leader called First. First has information about an entrance to the closed zone through the stadium. With a Unity Festival coming up, high-ranking aliens will be there, making it the ideal chance for infiltration. The next day, Gabe heads to work, passing through the recognition system thanks to the chip implanted in everyone. He toils away in a data restoration center, sifting through countless private videos and checking browser history requests. All the gathered info gets sent to the central hub. Then Gabe destroys the data carriers. Later, his colleague slips him a cigarette laced with an unknown substance, which Gabe stashes behind his ear. After finishing work, Gabe heads outside with a crowd of other workers. He watches in horror as guards seize a woman from the crowd, dragging her away. Meanwhile, an alien transport ship loads up another group of people bound for the mines. All around the city's perimeter loom giant alien robots, a stark reminder of the barriers to escape. Gabe heads towards the boat, but his heart sinks at the sight of a weapon in his friend's hands. Getting caught with it means certain destruction. Their tense confrontation is cut short by the sudden appearance of Mulligan, ordering Gabe into his car. Mulligan, who used to work with Gabe's father, begs Gabe not to repeat his brother's actions. But Gabe, unaware of Phoenix and unwilling to betray his friends, stays silent, delaying the conversation. Gabriel meets the person he's supposed to sell the mysterious cigarette to, But things take a dark turn when the potential buyer forces him into a van. They fit special collars on them to block the tracking chip signal and whisk him away to the heart of a devastated district. In a building that miraculously still stands, Gabriel is reunited with his long-lost brother, Rafe. Their joy is tinged with sorrow as Rafe reveals he's the sole survivor from their group. Craftsmen, skilled at removing tracking chips, have liberated him, and now he's part of a new faction. Rafe takes the cigarette and hands over a hefty sum of money, urging Gabriel to flee. Phoenix is gearing up to strike back at the invaders, and he wants his brother out of harm's way. The brothers clash over the need for rebellion, but Rafe is adamant. As long as there's a chance to fight, they must. Gabriel races back to his apartment, hastily packing and persuading his girlfriend to come with him. She tries to reason with him, pointing out the risks of being labeled accomplices if they're caught. Seeing the money and learning about Rafe's survival, she urges Gabriel to think things through carefully, but their talk becomes intense, not realizing that the police are listening in on them. Gabe goes alone but quickly sees that Mulligan is following him. Desperate, Gabriel flees from Mulligan and seeks refuge in the underground tunnels. There, he activates one of the remaining collars, hoping to evade detection by the alien drones. But they're relentless, keeping him in their sights. Meanwhile, Mulligan returns to the station, where he has a whole room dedicated to investigating Phoenix. He begins to suspect that Rafe might still be alive. Around the same time, Rafe's carrier pigeon reaches its destination, delivering crucial information. The message is relayed through a secret network to an undisclosed IP center, where a worker deciphers the received numbers. They uncover Phoenix's target, a high-ranking official set to access the closed zone that day. The news spreads like wildfire as newspapers publish Phoenix's announcement, prompting members of the group to spring into action. One of the resistance members working on the radio broadcasts a coded message disguised as a song. A man out walking his dog hears it and immediately sets off. His dog's bark catches the attention of a mechanic girl who rushes to her car. They eventually arrive at an underground clinic where a skilled doctor performs intricate operations to remove tracking chips. The doctor hands over the extracted chips from deceased citizens, along with special containers meant to be kept in the mouth to pass as law-abiding individuals. Meanwhile, a member of the resistance posing as a priest meet with Rafe. Together, they visit an arms dealer and receive invisible explosive material salvaged from a crashed alien ship, courtesy of a girl with unique skills. The resistance group assembles and their leader distributes containers with new chips, explaining that if attached to organic carriers like skin or hair, scanners won't detect them. He reveals a photo of the target, someone who will interface with the aliens. Lastly, he distributes poison capsules to everyone, ensuring they won't be taken alive if captured by the enemy. The group infiltrates the festival freely, attaching the invisible alien explosive device to the designated official. As he approaches, the arriving aliens explodes along with them. The city immediately goes into lockdown mode, with police blocking streets to hunt down the attackers. Tragically, the priest is the first casualty, caught in a hail of gunfire. Rafe is pursued by one of the aliens and narrowly escapes, seeking refuge in a van. Seeing their friend in danger, the other rebels quickly rush to help, defeating the alien. But their win doesn't last long as powerful hunter warriors, sent by the aliens, track down Rafe and his friends. Meanwhile, the legislators, seething with anger, prepare to obliterate the district where they believe the resistance is based. Mulligan pleads with the police chief, urging him to delay the attack so they can arrest the suspects. However, he's met with a cold reminder that the decision has been made, and his pursuit of the rebels holds no sway. Raids sweep through the city, and in the chaos, Gabe is captured. Meanwhile, his brother Rafe and two comrades make a daring dash to the station, narrowly boarding buses just before the law-abiding citizens' chips expire. But their escape is short-lived as the buses are intercepted by the hunters. Realizing capture is inevitable, one of the group members takes a poison capsule. The mechanic girl launches a desperate attack on one of the hunters, only to be vaporized instantly. Rafe attempts to flee but is captured and brought to the police station, where his brother is already being interrogated. Mulligan shows Gabe the torture inflicted on Rafe, hoping to extract information about Phoenix. As Gabe grasps the impending destruction of the city, he agrees to relay a message to the resistance leader. Gathering the surviving members, they agree to connect Gabe with First, believing he knows a way into the closed zone. Gabe is led to Jane Doe, revealed as the top leader of the city's resistance. To Gabe's surprise, Jane speaks to him by his name, leaving him confused. However, their meeting is cut short as a police squad storms the brothel, resulting in Jane's death. The investigation uncovers that Jane had installed listening devices to record conversations with police officers, shedding light on her covert activities. Jane served as a crucial asset in gathering secret information. During a briefing with the aliens, Mulligan reveals the identity of a Phoenix member who, upon learning of First's death, chose to end their life prior to the invasion. Mysterious to many, Jane had been a history teacher who shifted her profession to gather intelligence. Mulligan presents recordings obtained from the brothel, exposing the police chief's active leaking of classified information about the aliens. Captured resistance members face deportation to the alien mines. Declaring the Chicago threat neutralized, Mulligan is appointed acting commissioner, signaling the city's shift under alien control. In a later meeting with Gabe, Mulligan introduces a perplexing idea. What if the failure of the uprising was intentional? He hands Gabe a memory card extracted from a phone previously given to him by Jane. The next day, Gabe watches the contents of the memory card, a video from a party before his birth, where close family friends record messages for him. Among the familiar faces, he spots both Mulligan and Jane Doe, who was acquainted with his mother, along with other members of Phoenix. Meanwhile, Mulligan is granted access to the Earth Control Center, where he meets with the legislators in their habitat, marking a significant development in his dealings with the aliens. As Mulligan makes his way to the spaceship, he finds himself coated with the same invisible substance used in the stadium attack. It dawns on him that he too is part of the resistance, and the orchestrated plan was for him to infiltrate the main alien base and trigger an explosion. During the credits, a map reveals that the plan has succeeded. The city blockades are lifted, and resistance movements flare up everywhere. This marks the success of igniting a spark and rallying humanity to actively fight against the alien oppressors. Indeed, the film's science fiction label belies its striking realism. It poses a thought-provoking question: how will humanity respond when faced with the threat of total occupation? Drawing inspiration from history, particularly Lenin's motto, "A spark will kindle a flame," the filmmakers tap into the belief in victory ingrained in human history. The film's portrayal of underground conspiracies and struggles mirrors real-life political thrillers, lending it a sense of authenticity and urgency. It serves as a powerful reminder of humanity's resilience and capacity for resistance in the face of oppression. Thanks for watching.